Welcome to our home gym. This is a 40-foot high cube shipping container with electric 200 amp package. It's got an AC, obviously all the weights we need, cardio equipment, and it stays nice and cool. However, I think like a lot of home gyms, if you're doing a lot of cardio, humidity can be a serious problem. So I have a solution. I bought, ta-da, that. This is a Moiswell commercial grade dehumidifier that is supposedly is good for spaces up to 7,500 square feet. This thing, I think, is 9 feet by 40, so 360-ish square feet. I would think that the Moiswell would have us covered. Humidity, problems with humidity. You know, one, we have a lot of electrical stuff here, right? And you can see, I mean, I get a little concerned about electronics in high moisture environments, and you can see what it's done to our tread. If you can see that, rusting, rust bubbles. This thing has so many miles on it. This is the primary vehicle for cardio, and you know, these are not cheap, so we definitely want to preserve this as long as possible. And if we add any additional electronics, I just want to make sure we're not putting them in a wet environment. Not good. So I ordered this on Amazon. I'm going to cue to the specs right here. It's not a cheap piece of equipment. So when we got it, it was a little banged up, not terrible. We've certainly seen worse, but let's take a look at what's on the inside, because it's what is on the inside that matters, right? Spider. Ah, double boxing, good stuff. So I'm very excited about this. As you may know, with a lot of dehumidifiers, they come with like a little tub that fills up and you have to empty. In this gym, when you're running, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 miles on a tread, your body will excrete enough moisture to fill one of those buckets. But if you have a continuous flow in a tube out the back of your gym to a garden bed, even better. Oh, sweet! It is on wheels. Look at that. Okay, I do like that because this is not a light machine. Very cool. Okay. So other places you might want to put one of these, just in your house, in your garage, really any place that just collects moisture, or you want to dehumidify, or you want to keep a constant humidity level. I plan on keeping this gym at a humidity level much lower than the outside. Okay, step one, let's go ahead and fix this handle. And I think that's going to be fairly easy. This appears to be self-explanatory to me. Want to save these rubber washers. Obviously they go between the handle and the machine. Let's see, like so. All right, we're gonna go bolt, handle, rubber washer, and then machine. Bolt, handle, rubber washer, machine. And then twice more. Okay, handle is now installed. Not bad. Makes it super easy to maneuver, which is really nice. Okay, next, very easy, we plug this thing in. It's kind of nice. It came assembled, kind of ready to go, so it makes my job much easier. We are now plugged in. And there's an internal reservoir inside of here. And ultimately that internal reservoir is going to fill up, and whenever it's full, it automatically purges out the tube. Or you can purge automatic or manually by hitting that purge button. Let's go ahead and fire this up. Sweet. We're gonna let this tell us where the humidity is now. Our temperature is 71. Our room humidity right now says 68%, 67. We're gonna go ahead and set this and forget it. I wanna keep it 45% in here. So this machine's super smart. Whenever I have mine set to 45, so when it's below, it's going to run and dehumidify until it's 3% points below that 45. So at 42%, it'll shut off and then automatically kick on again when it's 3% points above 45. So at 48%, it'll kick on. So in theory, this room will always stay between 43 and 48% humidity. How cool is that? Or 42, excuse me, 42 and 48% humidity. Really nice. One of the reasons I went with this particular unit is being able to set this and forget it. We're gonna run a drain hose out the back and put it somewhere it can be productive. Drain hose goes right here. You know, if you moisten that a little bit, it'll slide on much easier. There we go. And I don't want drain hose like laying around the floor and whatnot, so check this out. Magnetic hooks. How cool is that? Call that a drain hose mounting system. Here we go. And I think that is about a 3/8 inch hose. So that's the size drill bit I need for the wall. Let's drill. And does the hose fit in the hole? Yes, it does. Does it go all the way through without obstructions? It does! Okay, let's go see how this looks on the outside. Whew. And behold, the motor pool. And my favorite, our adventure wagon, but that is a whole different episode. Okay, here we are. Hose came through. We can pull that all the way through, and if I can get it all the way to that fence, it can water vines, maybe even a consistent water source for a new magnolia tree. How cool would that be? Well, gonna need an extension hose, but that's no big deal. And now, just add a little caulk on the outside, maybe a little on the inside. It'll be airtight, no issues there. And I am going to have a dehumidified gym. Well, this was entirely too easy. So I'll add a little caulk there. And as you may have guessed, these guys have a purpose. All these extras, I think it's the easiest way to hang that tubing on the outside of the container and make sure it stays out of the way. One right there. I'm excited about this because I'm hoping it can actively dehumidify and actively work while we're doing long runs and long workouts in here, because it does get a little sticky. So if you are installing a dehumidifier of any size or any variety, just keep in mind that as it pulls moisture out of the air, there is an exhaust. So it's gonna blow out some warmer air. And on this one, it's right here. It's slightly warmer air. It's not real hot, but that blows toward our machines. You know, if you're a super delicate person, that might be something you want to consider. Or you can just install super giant barn fans to combat the warm air. No issue here. So another thing you want to think about is the noise. So let's take a listen. Actually, the AC is much louder than this thing, but it does have a noise. However, you can combat the noise with gym music. Better. Wow, it's really quiet here now. Stay tuned. I'll let you know how this goes after we've done a few workouts. It's been running for a little while. I am super excited about this thing. It's an idea that I had. If you've been dealing with some of the same issues, you know, hopefully this will give you an idea. It's been nearly a month since the install of the dehumidifier, and I gotta tell you, game changer! Look at that. Staying between 48 and 42% humidity in here. The temperature stays cooler. Another thing I have noticed is, well, for one, we're not getting as much rusty craziness on the tread. I mean, you can tell from a couple of years of running and just tearing it up in a high humidity environment, this thing is rusted like crazy. But it stayed cleaner. I don't know if we're sweating less, or if it's just pooling less, or if the dehumidifier is just really doing an amazing job pulling moisture out of the air in real time, which is possible. But we're getting less nastiness all around the machines, especially during cardio. Also, check this out. Case in point, here are our Peloton profiles. This is Lady. I'm wondering if I can pull up her stats. Yeah, so she's doing, that's 114 miles in the last 30 days. No kidding. Like she's been running on average 120, 125. We're gearing up for an ultra coming up soon. Mine, I'm not putting in nearly that amount of time. High trailing at 2. Okay, so compared to her 114 miles in the last 30 days, I've done a whopping 39 in here. But still, I mean, that's a combined 153 miles on a treadmill in 30 days. And with this dehumidifier going, I've noticed a huge difference. Performance as well, you know, when you're not getting as sweaty and nasty, I mean, you can really go and go longer, which is nice. Okay, more importantly, you've got to see this. Oliver, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, let's go. So out in Franklin's Raceway, ta-da, I got my magnolia tree. Thanks to the Beehas nursery at Bubella's Tree Farm in Schulenburg. And check this out. I mean, how awesome is that? This might be the only tree not struggling on our ranch in the month of August in Central Texas. I mean, you can tell this little dude is nice and healthy. It's been in the ground. I think we bought this and installed it the day after the video. And you can see just one little coupling, and I was able to extend the hose, run it across my makeshift fence, and now literally we are growing a magnolia tree with our sweat. All in, I would say the dehumidifier is a win. Well worth the money. You'll see the prices are a little bit different on Amazon and on the website of the manufacturer. No big deal. Check out the coupons on Amazon. I was able to clip the coupon and get a price slightly better than what you saw on the manufacturer's website. But I recommend the product, or try similar products. You'll be amazed at the amount of moisture that will come out of the air in a gym, in a house, wherever, and you can put it to use. Hell, we're growing a magnolia tree. Thanks for joining us today. We'll catch you next time.